Good day, everyone. To begin, I'll introduce our risk management plan for ASA Philippines Foundation. This plan is designed to ensure that the organization can continue its mission of empowering communities by addressing the financial and operational challenges it faces. ASA Philippines Foundation provides microfinance services to over 2 million clients nationwide, many of whom are low-income families and women looking to grow their small businesses. However, as a microfinance institution, ASA is exposed to significant risk, including credit risk, liquidity risk, and external challenges like economic downturns or natural disasters. The risk management plan serves as a roadmap to navigate these challenges, effectively allowing ASA Philippines to maintain its financial stability, safeguard its reputation, and continue making a meaningful difference in the lives of its clients. The foundation aims to alleviate poverty by offering small loans to help clients start or grow their businesses. Its operations are guided by the ASA model of microfinance, which emphasizes simplicity, efficiency, and transparency. However, like other microfinance institutions, ASA Philippines faces several financial risks, and these risks threaten the foundation's ability to serve its clients effectively and could hinder its sustainability. Therefore, addressing this risk through a robust risk management framework is essential to ensure that the organization is stable of its growth. The purpose of risk management plan is to help ASA Philippines continue its mission while addressing the challenges it faces. The key objectives are: 1. To protect financial health. By identifying and managing risk like loan defaults and economic disruptions, the plan ensures smooth and efficient operations, allowing the organization to focus on serving communities. 2. To safeguard reputation. The plan addresses issues like negative feedback or unethical behavior promptly, maintaining the trust of clients and stakeholders. 3. To support clients during hardships. Many of ASA's clients are small business owners who may face difficulties during natural disasters or economic downturns. The plan ensures they receive the support they need while promoting responsible lending to prevent overburdening them with debt. Beyond just managing risk, the plan also supports ASA Philippines' long-term growth. It helps the organization make informed decisions when launching new programs or expanding into new areas, ensuring they remain adaptable in a changing environment. This risk management plan is not just about avoiding problems, but also securing a sustainable future for the ASA Philippines while empowering communities across the nation.
Good day. Today I will discuss the risk management process at ASA Philippines Foundation Incorporation, which ensures the foundation's stability and alignment with its mission of alleviating poverty through microfinance. So, the process begins with establishing the context, which is vital for aligning risk management efforts with the foundation's goal and operating environment. By understanding both internal and external factors, we can define the scope, objectives, and criteria for managing risk effectively. This step ensures that our strategies are tailored to our unique needs. The second stage is risk identification, where we systematically recognize risks that could impact operations, finances, or external factors like market changes and natural disasters. Using tools such as checklists and flowcharts, we identify risks related to finance, credit, operations, and liquidity. Next is risk assessment, where we evaluate risk based on their likelihood and potential impact. A risk matrix helps categorize risk by severity, allowing us to prioritize those requiring immediate attention. By considering factors such as probability and consequences, we can focus on mitigating the most critical risk effectively. So this structured approach ensures ASA Philippines can proactively address potential threats and remain focused on its mission. And into the next chapter, the 2.2, I will present the risk identification process at ASA Philippines Foundation Incorporation, emphasizing their categorization of risk and their respective scenarios. So risk identification is vital to proactively addressing potential issues that could impact the foundation's ability to serve disadvantaged communities effectively. So to begin with, risks are classified based on their two main criteria. So the first one is particular risk and the second one is fundamental risk. So particular risks are specific to an organization or individual, such as credit or operational risk. And fundamental risks are systematic, affecting a large group or environment, like social or political risk. And the second category is pure risk and speculative risk. So pure risk only result in loss or no change, such as compliance or reputational risk. And speculative risk involve the potential for loss, gain, or no gain, such as interest rate or foreign exchange rate. So this is the identified risk, their categories and case scenarios. So number one is credit risk. So its category is particular and it belongs to pure risk. So the definition of it is risk of borrower failing to meet financial obligations. So ang example of it in ASA's scenario is a startup failed to repay its credit line during a global economic downturn, which is it happened already in ASA's case. So why is it that risk? So it is particular because it impacts in specific transactions, and pure as it only involves a potential loss. So number two is liquidity risk. So its category is particular and it belongs to speculative risk. So liquidity risk is inability to meet short-term financial obligations due to insufficient liquid assets. So the example of its scenario is exchange losses affecting group dividends but stable funding improve cost. So it belongs to particular to financial management and speculative because it can result in loss or gain. So the next one is legal risk. So its category is particular and it belongs to pure risk. So its definition is risk of loss due to legal actions or regulatory non-compliance. And the example of its case scenario is a lawsuit for copyright infringement resulted in financial and reputational damage. So why does it belong to that risk? So it is particular to legal issues in pure as it only involves potential loss. So the next one is interest rate risk. So its category is it belongs to fundamental risk and speculative risk. So its definition is financial loss due to fluctuating interest risk, and its example case scenario is changes in inflation and borrowing cost affected assets operations but also improved loan portfolios. So why? It is fundamental because it stems from market-wide conditions and speculative due to potential gains or losses. So the next one is operational risk. So it belongs to particular risk and pure risk. So its definition is losses from inadequate processes or external events. So example of its case scenario is a cyber attack caused by system downtime and data breaches. So why does it belong to that risk? So it is particular to internal operations and pure as it leads to losses only. So the number 6, the reputational risk. It belongs to a particular risk and pure risk. So its definition is loss from damage to public perception, and its example for a case scenario is social media campaigns accuse ASA of illegal labor practices leading to public backlash. So why does it belong to that risk? So it is particular to the organization's reputation and pure with only loss potential. So number 7 is foreign exchange risk. So its category is fundamental and speculative risk. Its definition is loss from currency fluctuations affecting international transactions. So its case scenario is US dollar appreciation impacted profitability for international operations. So why does it belong to that risk? It is fundamental because it affects global markets and is speculative with potential for gains or losses. So number 8, compliance and regulatory risk. Its category is particular risk and pure risk. So its definition is risk of penalties for non-compliance with regulations, and its case scenario is new laws on cybersecurity challenged ASA's compliance with capabilities. So and why? It is particular to legal frameworks in pure involving penalties or no change. So number 9, social and political risk category, and its category is fundamental and pure risk. So its definition is impact of societal or political changes on operations. And its case scenario is geopolitical intentions disrupted markets and supply chains. So why? It is fundamental because it affects broad systems, and purely because it leads to losses only. So the last one, cybersecurity and data privacy risk category is particular and pure risk, and its definition is breaches in data security impacting sensitive information. And case scenario example is a cyber breach in 2024 lead to data exposure and reputational harm. So why is it belongs to that risk? It is particular because it involves the technology infrastructure, and pure with only loss.
Today, I want to review our risk metrics and discuss potential mitigation strategies of ASA Corporation. As you can see, we've categorized risks based on their likelihood of occurrence and potential impact. Let's examine each risk category. Compliance and regulatory risks. This refers to the risk of non-compliance with laws, regulations, and industry standards of ASA Corporation. So, the matrix shows the risk at high to critical depending on the frequency of potential non-compliance events. Operational risk. This encompasses risks related to internal processes, systems, and people. Operational risks on an ASA corporation are often categorized as high due to their potential for significant financial losses and operation disruptions. Cybersecurity and data privacy risk. This is a critical risk in today's digital environment. It includes the risk of data breaches, cyber attacks, and failure to protect sensitive information. Given to the potential of significant financial losses, reputation damage, and legal penalties, this is a risk often categorized as critical. Credit risk is the risk of financial losses due to the non-payment by borrowers or customers. The likelihood and impact depend on the organization's credit policies, the creditworthiness of its clients, and the overall legal risk. This encompasses risks related to lawsuits, legal disputes, and regulatory investigations. Legal risk can result in significant financial losses, reputational damage, and operational disruptions. The matrix likely categorizes these risks as moderate. The specific categorizations of each risk within the matrix, low, moderate, high, and critical, will depend on the thorough risk assessment specific to the organization and its operating environment. The color coding provides a quick visual representation of the relative severity of each risk.
I will be explaining the risk response planning. For ASA Philippines Foundation INC, risk response planning is crucial to ensuring the stability and growth of its microfinance operations. By identifying and addressing risk through a structured approach, the foundation can safeguard its financial health, maintain stakeholder trust, and continue providing vital services to its clients. Risk response strategies. This plan selects appropriate risk management techniques tailored to the microfinance environment of ASA Philippines Foundation INC. The first type of risk is credit risk. The risk response is risk transfer or insurance. The specific actions are implement credit insurance to protect against borrower defaults, strengthen client credit assessments to minimize default rates, and establish a credit scoring system tailored for microfinance clients. The responsibilities are the credit risk department and loan officers. And for the resources needed, credit analysts, insurance providers, risk assessment software. Timeline, 6 months for full implementation. Second type of risk is liquidity risk. Risk response, risk reduction. The specific actions are maintain a liquidity buffer for emergency disbursements, improve cash flow monitoring and forecasting, and establish contingency credit lines with partner financial institutions. And the responsibilities are finance and treasury departments. And for resources needed, financial analysis, liquidity management tools, and timeline implement within 3 months. The third one is type of risk, legal risk, risk response, risk transfer, or hold harmless agreement. The specific actions are implement hold harmless agreements with partner organizations, regularly review client loan agreements to ensure legal compliance, and obtain liability insurance to cover potential legal disputes. The responsibilities are legal and compliance departments. For resources needed, legal counsel, insurance coverage, and contract management systems. In timeline, 6 months to review and update agreements. The fourth one is interest rate risk. The risk response is risk mitigation, and the specific actions are regularly adjust lending rates based on market fluctuations, conduct interest rate sensitivity analysis, and diversify funding sources to stabilize interest rate impacts. And the responsibilities are the finance department, resources needed, financial analysis, interest rate monitoring tools, and for the timeline, quarterly assessments. The fifth one is operational risk, risk response, risk reduction. And the specific actions are streamline operational processes through digitization, conduct regular training for staff on operational protocols, and implement a monitoring system for detecting operational inefficiencies. And the responsibilities are operations and IT departments. Resources needed, IT systems, training resources, and process management tools. Timeline, continuous improvement, reviewed semi-annually. And the sixth is reputational risk. The risk response is risk mitigation. Specific actions, implement a feedback mechanism for clients to report grievances, strengthen the foundation's social media presence for positive engagement, and develop a crisis management plan to handle negative incidents swiftly. The next one is compliance and regulatory risk, risk response, risk acceptance, and the specific actions are stay updated with local microfinance regulations and policies, conduct periodic compliance training for all staff, and implement a compliance monitoring system to ensure adherence. The responsibilities are compliance and legal departments. For resources needed, compliance tools, legal advisors, and training programs. Timeline, ongoing with annual reviews. The next one is social and political risk. Risk response is risk avoidance. The specific actions are regularly assess political and social risk affecting microfinance to clients, and build strong community relationships to mitigate potential disruptions. The responsibilities are risk management and community outreach teams. For resources needed, risk assessment tools, community engagement staff, and for timeline, annual assessments and updates. The last one is cybersecurity and data privacy risk. Risk response, risk reduction, and the specific actions are enhance data encryption and implement multi-factor authentication, conduct regular cybersecurity training for all staff, and perform periodic security audits to identify vulnerabilities. The responsibilities are the IT and security departments. Resources needed, cybersecurity software, IT security experts, and training resources. And lastly, timeline, immediate implementation with quarterly reviews.
2.5 Risk monitoring, evaluation, and reporting. In risk management, the purpose of monitoring and evaluation evaluation is to ensure that risk response strategies are implemented effectively and that emerging threats are identified and mitigated promptly. At ASA Philippines Foundation Incorporated, these processes are critical to maintaining the organization's financial stability and protecting its clients. By continuously tracking and assisting risk, the foundation can adapt its strategies to the dynamic environment of microfinance, ensuring that its objectives are met and its operations remains resilient. Reporting. ASA Philippines Foundation Incorporated follows a structured reporting hierarchy for risk-related findings. The risk management team prepares detailed reports which are first reviewed by senior management. After this initial review, the findings are presented to the Board of Trustees for further analysis and strategic input. This hierarchy ensures that risk information is reviewed at multiple levels, facilitating comprehensive oversight and timely decision-making. Reports are generated monthly for internal management review and quarterly for the Board of Trustees. This regular reporting schedule provides continuously updates on the organization's risk profile, enabling prompt adjustments to strategies and as needed. The content of these reports includes a summary of current risk, key performance indicators such as repayment rates and compliance levels, and recommendation for risk mitigation actions. The reports are presented in both written format and visual presentations, utilizing the risk metrics to illustrate the prioritization of risk effectively. This approach ensures that all stakeholders have a clear and concise understanding of the organization risk landscape, aiding in strategic planning and risk. Evaluation of risk. The evaluation of risk at ASA Philippines Foundation Incorporated is conducted semi-annually, aligning with the dynamic nature of microfinance industry. This review frequency allows the organization to adapt its risk strategies to changing market conditions, regulatory updates, and internal developments. The semi-annual evaluation includes a comprehensive review of the identified risks, assessing the effectiveness of current mitigation strategies and making necessary adjustments. Stakeholder involved plays a crucial role in the risk evaluation process. The risk management team leads this evaluation, supported by compliance officers who ensure adherence to relevant regulations. Senior management provides strategic oversight, evaluation the broader implications of identified risks on the organization's long-term objectives. This collaborative approach leverages diverse expertise, enhancing the accuracy of risk assessing and the quality of decision-making. By involving key stakeholders, the foundation ensures that its risk evaluation process is thorough and aligned with strategic goals. Monitoring processes. ASA Philippines Foundation Incorporated conducts risk monitoring on a monthly basis. This frequency allows for the timely identification of emerging risks, providing the organization with the ability to detect early warning signs and take swift corrected actions. Monthly monitoring helps the foundation stay ahead of potential issues, particularly in areas like loan repayment, performance, and liquidity levels, which are critical to its financial stability. To track and assess risk indicators effectively, ASA Philippines uses a risk matrix as its primary monitoring tool. The risk matrix helps categorize and prioritize risks based on their likelihood and potential impact. By plotting risks on this matrix, the foundation can easily visualize which risks require immediate attention and which can be monitored with less urgency. This tool enable the organization to focus its resources on high priority risks, ensuring the efficient and effective risk management. Additionally, the risk matrix provides a structured way to update risk assessments, allowing for a clear overview of the organization's current risk profile. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.